Let's bring in the Texas AG himself, Ken Paxton, along with Daniel Turner, founder and executive director for Power the Future. Thank you guys both for coming on.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
All right, so Attorney General Paxton, let's start with you. You and Montana's AG are leading this lawsuit. You're receiving more support from a number of other states. Explain exactly how the Biden administration violated the Constitution on their first day in office.
Well, they did it in numerous ways, but in this case, they went beyond presidential authority. Congress has the right to approve these pipelines that are involving interstate commerce and international commerce, not the president. Now, Congress at the time gave President Obama 60 days to turn this down if he could determine that this was not in the national interest. He let the 60 days pass without making that determination, and then later rejected it without giving the right reasons. So we think it went into effect back when Congress approved it.
And exactly what do you think will happen?
Well, I think we're right in the law. I think that once we are successful in court, this ought to be the Keystone pipeline ought to be finished and allow this country to continue on its way towards energy independence and allowing people to have really good paying jobs.
Sounds nice to me. Daniel, Biden's decision to cancel the Keystone pipeline eliminates thousands of jobs. We've talked about it a whole lot. The complaint states 3,700 jobs in Montana alone, which does take a chunk of Montana's annual employment earnings. We know the harm. What is more frustrating is that this will do nothing for the environment in actuality. And everybody knows that. It is literally just a virtue signal, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a pipeline that was eliminated because of the signal that Joe Biden wanted to send to the environmental left, which voted for him and gave him support reluctantly. Remember, back in the primary, he was not their preferred candidate. They were looking at Bernie Sanders. They were looking at other progressives. And Joe Biden needed their energy and their money and their support. But when it comes to environmental stewardship, this oil is already arriving from the Alberta tar sands. Yeah. It's getting to Texas. It's coming via railroad now. Those rail cars burn 78,000 gallons of diesel per trip, and they're making on average almost 2 trips a day.
So it's actually worse for the environment.
Much worse for the environment. So if you want to be green, you want this pipeline. So not only do we get the jobs and the secure oil arriving for refineries in Texas, but we are better stewards of the environment through this pipeline. So this is just a purely political decision by the president. It was not based on science. It wasn't based on facts or logic. It was based on politics.
Purely political, and it's stupid politics is what it really is. I mean, that's hysterical to me that it's actually going to be worse for the environment going this way. I mean, that's just hysterical. Mr. Paxton, we want to get your thoughts on today's confirmation. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, the Biden administration praising her as the first Native American to lead a cabinet agency because, of course, all they care about is race and virtue signaling. But this woman is a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal, praised by AOC, has repeatedly called for an end to fracking, which is something that Biden said he was going to protect. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's pretty insane. It's shocking that somebody with those views has been put into this position when our country depends on oil and gas, not solar, not wind. Those are all things that have been added in, but we can't supply the energy that we need, not at this point, without oil and gas. And if she's going to cut off fracking, she's going to increase the cost to consumers and make consumers pay a lot more for energy.
Yeah, certainly sounds like it. Daniel, I want to end with you. Oil price is a big indicator of our future. What does the oil supply look like in this country right now? How worried should people be?
I think for the immediate, we have plenty of oil because of the policies we inherited. Yeah. But like you said, oil prices are an indication of the future. And right now, if you are in this industry, you are nervous. You have Secretary Haaland, who is promising to kick fossil fuel development off of federal lands. You're talking about fracking bans. You're canceling programs like the Keystone Pipeline, signaling you will cancel future infrastructure energy projects. So the oil supply going forward, it looks like it's going to be limited. And that is scaring the markets. And that's why prices are beginning to skyrocket. And it's going to get much, much worse.
Yeah. Prices at the pump, prices for heating oil, all sorts of things that we use. It's not a good thing. The Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Daniel Turner, founder of Power the Future. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.